Continuation of our specialty, we focus on the Nigerian economy as it relates to the consulting industry. With us this morning is an industry expert, a very, very noble man, a man who has carved a niche for himself in this sector. He has contributed immensely to this sector. He is the lead partner, chief executive officer of Crosstie Solutions, Mr. Adebayo Adegun. Sir, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
I don't have time, but I just want to. How do you manage Nigerian economy is challenging? What does it take to be successful in this kind of economy?
Nigerian landscape holds a lot of opportunities, right? And trust me, I think for me, what has actually helped over the years was to focus on the positive despite the negatives, right? We can't take away the positive. Environment has a way of, affecting you every day. I always say that from sunrise to sunset, there are negative news, breaking our hearts every point in time. However, for me, the choice has always been, especially with the work that I do, impacting lives, helping organizations to transform. So I have to constantly be on that position where I have that understanding about that, yes, whatever changes we're facing as a country, there are definitely opportunities there for us. So my focus is to help businesses to thrive within the VUCA world, which is exactly where we are right now. Volatility, uncertainty, complexity, ambiguity is the environment where we live in. So how do business thrive? So for me to help others, I had to internally also help my own self, help myself so that I can be able to provide solutions to others. So for me, I've chosen to focus on the positive, despite, again, I'm not also ignoring the negatives that are around us at the moment.
Thank you very much. So what is the core vision and mission?
Of the organization, right? Yes. So for us, the core mission and the organization of our organization is quite very simple. Is to improve business performance. The mission has been on a daily basis when we come around here. What we do, which I call it more of our purpose as an organization, is to constantly help organizations to strengthen their capacity, improve on strategy and culture, for them to be able to improve business performance. Overall, our goal, if you look at our website everywhere, you will clearly see that two things you're going to see there: productivity and performance. So what we stand for as an organization is on how we can support businesses to improve their business performance and support them in building a productive workforce.
Okay, so what key achievements make your progress towards this goals?
I would say that yes, in the last over 13 years, the company started 2013, July 16, 2013, we got incorporated. And I would say that what we have achieved, we have trained well over 8,000 employees, delivering consulting projects for well over 60 organizations. And again, for our own type of organization and the type of solution that we administer, we regard ourselves more as like a competency development organization. So we are not just that place you come through and we just deliver training and then we go, we deliver consulting solutions and we go. We administer assessment at the beginning to understand the root cause of the problem, and then we go ahead, we deploy the solution. We stay with you for about 60 to 90 days, even after delivery of that solution, to see the effect of the changes that have actually happened within the organization. That's why our values are very, very deep for us: transformation, excellence, and experience, and we demonstrate it in each of our consulting engagements. So I would say overall, how we know that yes, we've made significant progress in achieving this vision is by the time we look back and we see organizations that we met at the early stage where they were nowhere, or companies where they are at a confused state. And in about 5-6 years right now, we see them transform in terms of numbers, in terms of workforce, in terms of structure, in terms of process. And for me, that's exactly what gives us joy to say we're very close to that position of improving business performance for Nigerian workforce.
Wow, improving business
Performance.
So primarily, just tell us the services you offer and what uniquely distinguishes Crosstie.
So the company today, we have two arms of the business, right? We have the Crosstie Academy. Crosstie Solutions is like a group we have the Crosstie Academy, and then we have the Crosstie Advisory. Under the Crosstie Academy, we have two other arms there where we offer in-house programs, and we also offer open executive programs. So in-house programs will be you don't come to pick from the shelf the programs that we have. You tell us the challenges that we have. We have our L&D experts that will sit with you to diagnose the problems. A lot of times, companies treat symptoms as against treating the root cause. So our own approach and methodology is always to go to the root cause. Let's know what's the cause of the problem. And then by the time we sit with you, we look at the root cause, we look at the challenges you've been facing, we look at your numbers, we look at your process, we look at the structure, we look at the strategy, we look at your people, we look at your leadership, we diagnose all of those things. By the time and then the result is out. It's like you going to visit a doctor. Of course, the doctor, you're not going to say, oh, I have an headache, and say, use this. Of course, we say, go for test first. So what we also do is to do that test, and we don't joke with the test. It's what distinguishes us from a lot of other training firms or capacity development organizations, is that we insist that we have to do that test. And when we do that test, and it's our signature test where we run you through all of those various pillars of the organization. So by the time the result is out, it's crystal clear areas where you're doing well, areas you're not doing well. And then we provide in-house programs for you to say tailor-made solution. Why for our open executive programs is we have about 25 programs there where organization can send in 1 or 2 persons and all of that. But if you look at the industry, basically, people have known us more for an in-house program because of our approach towards the way we sell our solution. That's for the academic arm. And then for the advisory arm, the services that we offer is around cultural transformation, strategy development and execution, corporate performance improvement, and also business performance improvement. These are major pillars of the organization. And remember what I said earlier, that our goal is to improve business performance. So if you don't look at these major pillars, how do you want to improve business performance? So basically, those are the 2 major legs of our business as an organization. And we're very proud about what we have done in this space.
Well done.
Thank you very much.
So, how has the market responded to your services? And what factors do you believe drive this response?
The market responding to these services. I think the market is responding to excellence. So if permit me to take you back. So for us as an organization, for me also starting up the organization, coming into this particular space where you have to build new network, new relationship, because my initial background was in IT, right? So I have to transition into organization development and all of these things that we do right now. Was a very big journey for me. But I noticed that the market was responding to delivering excellently. If you look at our space right now, and even if we even look at our own organization as a whole, in the last 5 years rather, the trends that I've seen clearly is that majority of the engagements we have gotten have come from referrals. So you do one job so well, the organization, the HR director will tell somebody else to tell you, we do less of even marketing, right? Because participants in class, HR directors, CEOs of the organizations are the one doing those work for us, telling their colleagues, telling their friends to say, oh, you have to engage Crosstie Solutions. This was a transformational solution they deployed in our organization and all of those things. So for me, I would say that the market has responded to excellence. We have a lot of us out there, trust me, a lot of us out there. But the people who deliver excellently, the market will definitely respond to it. So I would say that yes, market is responding very well as long as you're delivering excellently and you're truly passionate about the transformation and not transaction. A lot of organizations are interested in the transaction. You pay X amount of money, we deliver the service we go. And that's why I told you earlier that in our own journey of transformation, despite doing the pre-assessment, despite delivering the solution, we offer at no cost 60 to 90 days post-support to organizations to say, this solution we have implemented, we want to see it work. We want to see it work. We want you to come back and say, yes, you didn't just deploy a solution for us, but we deployed a solution that worked. And that for me would have been what has put us in that top space within the industry in the last over 5-6 years right now.
That's a cutting edge solution. Yeah. So primarily, who are you looking for? Who should look out for?
I would say that we offer solutions to the various tiers. However, for us in the last almost 5-6 years right now, we've focused more on providing solutions for mid-level to senior level executives in organizations. And that's because, especially for mid-level, and the reason behind it is because we believe that organizations or the people at the top are responsible for the direction of the company. People below are responsible for the success of the company, but people at the middle, they receive information from above and they have to cascade it, communicate it properly to the people below. So if you don't properly train the people at the middle, your company is not going to grow, it's not going to scale, as I always put it. So I would say that the people we're looking for are organizations who have found themselves in certain quagmire and they are willing to extricate themselves from that vicious circle, right? So if you think that at the moment right now, in terms of your people, in terms of your structure, in terms of your process, in terms of your culture, in terms of your leadership, you're at one space where you think that you're not very happy with, business performance are not going so well, business productivity is not going so well, then trust me, Crosstie is that place where you want to come, because our approach again is quite very unique to us and we're very proud about what we have done in that space. And in talking about sectors, I think also in the last 5 years we've played more in the financial space a lot, right? So fintechs, financial services, if I look at our client portfolio right now, we'll probably say that 60% of our clients is within the financial space right now. So we've demonstrated a lot of understanding about that space so well, and we've actually developed or deployed a lot of organic solutions for them that have actually transformed them also in the last 5 to 6 years as well.
So how do I come?
Oh yes, various channels for us at which you can definitely reach to us. Of course, we have our website there that is very active. You have all of these various solutions that you can also reach out to us. We have an active social media platforms where if you go there, you get to see all of this engagement, you get to hear all these transformative stories about participants, organizations who have engaged us before, what they have to say about us. So we believe that this digital footprint that we have right now is enough to convince anyone to come to us. So if you want to reach out to us via our website, our contact details are actually there. Our email addresses are actually there for you to reach out to us. And trust me, once you do, there's a client relations executive or representative that will be attending to your request as soon as possible to get that call with you to understand your various pain points and then profile the solutions for you.
Thank you. So, in what ways has Crosstie contributed to the growth and development of the Nigeria economy?
I would not want to mention this, but I would say that today we have trained quite a number of organizations, both in the public space and the private space. Various companies from NDIC to NCDMB to BOI to CBN, so many public sector organizations, leaders that we've trained. And again, something about Crosstie that we're very proud of is even after we're done with training, we still stay with our participants. So a lot of them are actually in places today where we know that in terms of policies, decisions that they are making in the Nigerian space within their own office, where they have decisions to make, they're making good decisions, and we're proud about our alumni, people who have passed through our programs before and all of those. So we strongly believe that yes, improving capacity for us, it's one of the greatest assets to any nation, right? The people, if we say that people are the greatest asset in any organization or in any nation, then definitely for us as an organization that our major strength is capacity development or capacity building, we definitely know that yes, we've made significant progress. So across in various places, we've trained quite a number of directors, deputy directors, CEOs of organizations have attended various of our programs before, so we definitely know that yes, decisions that they made via coming to our programs have made significant impact in our nation as a whole.
Thank you very much. Okay, in terms of cost effectiveness and how affordable, I know that it's very expensive from the way you're talking. I feel already intimidated. I just want you guys affordability. Are you sure we can afford?
Of course, we are flexible. We're flexible in terms of our pricing, in terms of our solution. However, for us, the scope determines the fee. So I may not be able to tell you, oh, precisely this is it, but I can tell you that yes, we're quite very, very affordable. in terms of, but affordability is also relative as well too, right? And that's why I say that in terms, it's the scope that determines it. If you want us to deploy the minimal version of our solutions, and then we have our different tiers of our solutions as well too. So we just want, just give me the assessment and the report alone. We do it for you, X amount, we deliver. If you also think that, don't just do the assessment, give me the report, stay with us, right? Ensure that we implement it. So the scope a lot of times will determine the fee for us as well too. And like I said, we've had organizations that, yes, we knew them when, if the entire revenue of the organization maybe at 5 million, 10 million. And today, this same organization is doing in billions today, and then we've been with them for over 5 years. So for us, it's about the growth. We want to stay with you where at your startup stage, to your growth stage, to your maturity stage, we're there with you on that journey. And we provide solutions to you that are tailored for that growth stage. A lot of solutions or a lot of organizations I've also seen lately is that people are providing solutions for companies at the startup. They are providing solutions at the maturity stage for them. They don't need it, right? So at that growth stage where I'm just one-man business with just 1 or 2 staff. What's the solution that you need at that point? That's what we give to you. And when we are also working with an organization who they have 50 workforce, we also provide solution that fits their budget, that fits what they want. And then if you're also dealing with organization where they have over 1,000 workforce as well too, we also offer solutions. So again, it varies based on the scope, your growth stage. It will determine the fee that we also provide to you.
Thank you. So where do you see the most promising opportunities for growth and innovation within Nigeria's technology sector?
Within the technology sector within Nigeria, I think if there is one word that everyone all singing right now is artificial intelligence, right? And again, artificial intelligence, like I always say, is a must-have skills today. In fact, I was reading someone's post on LinkedIn recently, and he said, when I have interview sessions right now, I am asking applicants, how can AI improve your productivity? What are the tools that you use today to improve your productivity? He said, why? So he said, because I don't want to assign a task to you that I know AI can get done for you in 5 minutes, and then you're spending 2-3 days in doing it. It's just like for us, even in the L&D space, right? I remember starting off my own career, right? In building up a training program will take us about 2 weeks because you have to build a full curriculum for a program. But today, AI can provide that support for you. However, the depth of the understanding on how to use it is exactly what I think is very important. So for me, I think AI would continuously shape the way we work, will improve productivity. So I feel that yes, the Nigerian landscape necessarily have to invest a lot in that space. We have quite very young people. I have in my workforce a lot of, about 3-4 Gen Zs around me here. And trust me, what will take other generations a lot of time to get it, they get it done in few seconds, in few minutes. And that's because they got into a space, into a workplace that has embraced AI. And that's exactly what. So I feel that yes, the technology space needs to embrace AI. The Nigerian workspace needs to embrace AI. Every employee, every professional must understand how can AI enhance what I do to improve productivity and to also improve performance as well too. That would be my response to that.
Okay, yeah, okay. So I just want to know, like, there's this Nigerians are not really abreast with consultancy. Yeah. So I think how do we educate? How do we make people? Because the beauty of a consultancy is just numbers. But we find out that Nigerians are not like when you say you go to a company and you say you want to consult, say maybe I'm my staff. So I don't know how you
exactly.
How do we impact it?
Yeah, and that question is quite spot on. And I smile because I remember those days when you go to organizations to pitch the services, especially for our cultural assessment or for our strategy development solution. The CEOs will say, oh, I've been doing my strategy retreat in the last 5-7 years. So why do I need a consultant to come around to facilitate that? Our head of sales can facilitate a sales training for us. So why do I need you guys to come do a training for us? So it was actually a very big thing. However, I think that the space I've also started embracing. It's just like coaching in Nigeria. And let me just take it back to coaching in Nigeria. Coaching in Nigeria, as far back as early 2000, people don't believe why should I have a coach, right, to guide me through. They say, oh, I can think through myself. Even the coach you're asking me to coach, he still has his own problem. So why do I need a coach and all of that? But it got to a point. Today, we have Nigerians who are paying 1, 2, 3 million naira for a coaching session. So we've gotten to a point where you don't know, oh, I need someone who is not involved in my day-to-day operations, who can come to look at things completely differently to go further. And I think that's exactly the answer to consulting space right now. So a lot of times, professionals in the workplace, if you come to the organization every day, you are almost buried in the operations every day. So a lot of times you don't see the problem. And a lot of times, even in your response to the problems, is the symptoms you're always treating. We're not making money, cut training. We're not making money, reduce workforce. We're not doing, it's most times the symptoms. We don't have that depth. And with all due respect to all the professionals out there, of course we have professionals out there who have also that experience. But one thing that a consultant will bring to you is a complete view about the problem, is to deep dive into the root cause, to ask questions, to administer survey, to ask questions, to review your documents. Again, it has to come with the experience of the consultant, which is why I usually recommend a lot that consultants today to please select a particular area of your domain. Don't be everywhere, because the market will not also respond to somebody who is also everywhere. So pick a particular place where you're most important, because that's the solution that you're offering to the organization, is that you're offering your depth, your knowledge, which you have gathered over the years, and then that's the extra view that you're providing. So I see lately that yes, organizations are now respecting consultants because we bring the extra view to solutions, to problems, and then because we are not buried in the operations of whatever is going on, we look at things completely different, and then we guide them through a facilitated sessions, to them also coming up with the solutions themselves, solutions they have never thought about. We just ask the right questions, administer the right survey, guide them through the sessions, so that they see the possibilities that they were not seeing before. And I see that yes, the space right now is embracing a lot of consultancy. And again, consultancy is also thriving in Nigeria because, of course, you have your core operations that you're doing day to day. Because for us, we spend 3 months and all of that on organizations, supporting them. Taking that additional work of providing that support is extra. So you might sometimes just want to outsource that to somebody else who have demonstrated capacity in that and help you just solve that problem. So for those 2 reasons, I see that yes, the Nigerians today are beginning to embrace the consulting space.
So what are Crosstie, strategic plans for the future, and what broader impact do you aim to have in Nigeria?
In terms of our plan, yes, of course, growth on all sides, expansion. We want to definitely transition into a full academy where we are definitely running certification programs because we see a lot of potentials there. A lot of people want to become certified. People want to have knowledge. Knowledge is going to be priceless at a point in our country, so we definitely want to grow. We want to support our people to grow, and that for us, in terms of growth for the organization, from a people standpoint, of course, we want to open more arms of the business. We want to expand to various locations across Nigeria as well, so that we can serve more and be closer to the people that we currently serve right now. So in terms of our plan, it's quite clear for us. We already have a 3 to 5 year plan that we're currently implementing year on year. And I'm sure that yes, our viewers are going to be seeing Crosstie Solutions unveil those plans from time to time. In terms of our impact, of course, we have made significant impact, but it's still not enough for us. Every day we're hungry. Every day we have a need, or every day we have a request for proposals. The conversation with the team is always, oh, this is an opportunity to impact another set of lives. This is an opportunity to impact businesses, to support businesses to grow, and all of those things. So for us in the Nigerian space, we definitely want to support people more. We want to enhance capacity for organizations, because the economy cannot grow if businesses are not growing. trust me, if you look at the contribution of what small businesses are contributing even to revenue today in Nigeria, is well over 50%. I don't know if I got that data right? So if you look at it, so if truly there's a lot of opportunities within the space, then we stand in to support those businesses to thrive. And permit me to also take you back that even the name Crosstie, if you look at it, is an engineering word. So what it simply means is that if you look at a rail line, if you have seen a rail line before, you see those iron bars below, and then you see the rods on it. The iron bars below is what you call crosstie. The same thing for a building. The columns, the pillars, the beams, those are what you call crosstie. You don't get to see them, but without them, the building cannot stand. So basically for us in Crosstie, that was where the name Crosstie came from. The name Crosstie emanated from the fact that we want to be that supporting structure of any organization to thrive. So if our economy is going to thrive, if our economy is going to thrive, businesses must thrive. And the only way business can thrive is that you have people like us who are supporting those businesses to thrive. And that, I think, is one way we want to contribute to the economy and for people to also grow.
Thank you, Mr. Adegun.
Adegun.
Okay, Mr. Adegun. So please carry us along with your plans. Just include us in.
We will definitely do that. We will definitely do that.
Your things you're supporting businesses. And you're supporting your cost. That's your social responsibility. That's your corporate social responsibility. I know that you support businesses.
Absolutely.
And so I just want to know Crosstie's
support. Yes. I mean, you're asking the questions right on time, because we have a CSR project coming up later this year, where the goal is to support between 200 to 500 people. And we partner with a lot of organizations, right, in supporting young people. We did that recently with CFAO, where we trained secondary school students, right, on our program called the Journey to Success, where we're able to train close to about 100 students, young ladies, girls in secondary school, senior secondary school, I think SS3 class, where we give them our manual, we give them pen, jotter, a lot of souvenirs, and we train them, right? We train them on how to plan their career path for success in life. So for us, and we've done that a couple of times, we partner with a lot of organizations supporting SMEs, where we give them free sessions, free coaching sessions, free mentoring sessions to develop entrepreneurs, right? So people who cannot afford our services, we today do not have an NGO part of the business yet, although it's part of the plan again, like I mentioned, that we're going to launch that quite soon. But what we do is that established NGOs, we give them our time, our resources, our energy, our resources to support them to grow. So sometimes we partner with people like LSCTF, we partner with CFAO, we partner with Caladium, we partner with quite a number of organizations in supporting because they have gotten a community of those entrepreneurs, young people, and all of that. So we support them by giving them what we have to ensure that, yes, they thrive. So that's one way that, yes, we've contributed to our own social responsibilities as an organization.
Thank you. So what key advice would you offer young Nigerians, aspiring to launch their own
their consulting.
Their own consulting space.
Oh, good. First of all, I would say develop a niche. As consultants, I always use the T acronym, right? So if you look at the T, here and then here. So here is the depth. Choose one particular area. Is it financial advisory? Is it strategy? Is it culture? Is it leadership? Is it whatever it is that you want to pick up? But ensure that you develop yourself, you have the depth in that particular area. However, as consultants, of course, organizations will bring to you things are outside, right? So the T there will then mean other areas that you have an understanding of how it works, but you have your own depth. So one advice that I will always give to any person coming up is, first of all, what is your niche? Once you identify that niche, ensure that, yes, you develop yourself, you groom yourself to have that depth first. First thing first, have that depth first, and then launch out. Now, when you launch out, if you are so well connected, of course projects will come to you. But if you are like me, who was born without any spoon, they said some people they were born with a silver spoon, some with golden spoon, some we had no spoon. If you were probably born without no spoon, like me, I always say excellence is what will open the door for you. Excellence, I don't even know how to say it. And I always say that excellence is what can make you sit in front of kings and queens, presidents, because of the work that you do. So I always say the rigor, the excellence in what you do is exactly what can launch you out there. So first of all, have that depth. Ensure that you don't just have the depth, also have other areas at which is your T part. Then secondly is that the one project that you're going to go, give it all. Yes, I know we're in a space where everybody's always thinking about profit margin. But at the point of starting, your profile is more important for you. So ensure that yes, that one, even if it will take that whatever you collected was what you used to deploy, do it. Because in the consulting space, referral is what works. It's not the social media. We build social media presence for thought leadership content to when you have heard about us and then you go online, you go, okay, I can see. Like I always say that we live in a space of perceived value, but a lot of times perceived value is not always equals to actual value. So I perceive you online as somebody who is good until the day that I then met you and I said, oh, you have no substance. I don't want that. So that's why I say first thing first, build the actual value first. Then work on the perceived value. So by the time I'm then meeting you, if both should connect, then I'm sure we. So a lot of time for our space, what works is referral. You do that good job first, the person will take you to the next one, and to the next one, and to the next one. So you can't afford to mess up that engagement because that's exactly what will give you the next one as well. That would be my advice to anyone coming into the space.
Thank you. Round it up. I think what you just said now, also, I didn't meet him.
Yeah.
When we were talking, I felt a connection. So when I saw him, the first thing I told him, I said, you sound like your voice. You look like your voice.
Absolutely.
So from what you're saying, you understand. You
Very
feel
well.
the real thing.
Absolutely.
When what I was seeing,
Exactly.
I was seeing when I saw him, it just looked
Exactly like what you were saying. Thank you very much for that.
So before we go,
Yeah.
we are rounding up. I think this she will end it
Yeah.
up. There's this questions that I ask CEOs. You're a CEO and you're also a consultant. And Nigerian youths, are they employable?
The ones that have developed skills are employable. Nigerian youths are very energetic, they are very inquisitive, which is a 21st century workplace skills that you need. However, I won't take away the fact that a lot are also not unemployable, but I would say we have great degree of them right now who are employable because of the level of exposure. And I say it because I've seen people while in school. In fact, we had one or two here at a point in Crosstie where while in school they were doing internship here with us. So you just imagine, and I say that because I also enjoyed that also as an employee. While I was in school, I was working. So I already had 4 years work experience post NYC. So at the point of transitioning from school to workplace and all of those things, just imagine you already had 4 years workplace already. So the growth was strategic also for me as well, was fast for me. So I would say that for the Nigerian youth, we have some of them who have demonstrated that urge to learn, to gather experience and all of those things. And for those ones that have done it, you can see also their growth process. So even before they finish their NYC, there is also another offer letter waiting for them. Because the workplace today doesn't pay for certification, doesn't pay for your certificate, they pay for skills, the value that you're bringing to the table. So for those who understand that, who are bringing that forward, they're actually employable. For those who are waiting until post-schools to do anything, trust me, they definitely struggle to get a job after. So I would say that yes, the balance of some who can see the future ahead and started developing themselves, become employable immediately after school, while for some who have not done so will probably be in that bracket of not being employable.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much.
You've done well.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, so I would have asked, can you please answer this question before we go to the final question? I want you to talk about the tax and tariff. Yes, what's your concern, and like how does this regulate landscape affect Crosstie? How does it affect Crosstie, and what is your perspective on it?
First of all, I'm not a finance expert. Neither am I a tax consultant, right? But I would say that for us in Crosstie, which is also the advice I've also given to a lot of CEOs too, is the response to this. And I've always advised to say communication is quite very key, especially because you're dealing with humans. Earning 205 net suddenly is going to reduce to 195. People will question, people will ask questions. So I say proactive communication has worked for us in Crosstie. We've had 2 KSS sessions with our people to explain to them. In fact, people already saw it. We did a demo of, if you are earning this with this new tax law, this is exactly what you're going to. So that sensitization, HR took up that as an initiative, and then we sensitize our people, and that really helped. So I would say that yes, it definitely for us had helped, and that's also the recommendation I mean. Do a lot of proactive communication. Don't let people see their payslip and it's just where you are now trying to explain to them what is going on. No, explain to them ahead, let them understand it very well, let them understand that this is beyond you as a CEO or as an organization. We are under a law, right? And the Nigerian law oversees every other law. So definitely we have to respond to that. So I would say that yes, that's the way we have responded to it as an organization. But if you look at it generally, I think again, the same proactive communication is also what I would also recommend even for the people at the top. Continuously sensitizing our people about the effects of this on us. But at the same time, what I think is also quite very important in our space is what I call social trust. Social trust is quite very low at the moment, and that's why people will question any of those policies. As against, if we do a lot of proactive communication and the social trust is high, even when these things are introduced, which is what we'll see in developed countries, right? Is that you're so very much rest assured that yes, whatever tax the government is taking from you, you're seeing it clearly in health, in education, in social amenities. You're seeing it around you. So a lot of times they don't really question. They are not happy with it. They're not so happy with the tax they're also getting paid, but they don't really question because they can see the effect around them. But here, the trust level is quite very low, and I think that we need to do more in terms of trust building, which will come from accountability, openness, transparency, and I'm sure that will definitely help. So if they do that in increasing brand trust, nation brand trust, and they also do more of sensitization and proactive communication, I think they definitely will be doing well as a nation.
Thank you so much. So finally, I want you to tell us about yourself. Who is Mr. Adebayo Adegun?
Yes.
Tell us your personal background, how you started your business and all.
Okay, I hope I can capture this in 2-3 minutes. So my background, my name is Adebayo Adegun. I'm from Ondo State. People look at me and they say you look like Chukudi Nnamdi, and I hear that a lot anyway. But I'm Adebayo Adegun from Ondo State. Born a family of 4, the last born of the family. We have librarians, engineer, a medical doctor, and then myself as the last born. The journey started for me for a very long time. I was born into a home of educationists. My mom and dad, they are both educationists. They own a school since 1988. So even post-school, post-secondary school, I taught in those schools. So I think maybe that also affected my own facilitation or teaching skills or speaking skills till now, right? So, and that for me, I went to school where I studied electrical electronics, and then I had my first master's in information and communication technology from FUNAB. I then had my MBA, I then had also my third master's from University of Lagos in managerial psychology as well. And then my journey started off working with NIT as an adjunct faculty. I worked also with IDM, worked with Summit, and then lastly I worked with Learning Minds, where I was head of advisory and also projects. And then in 2013, I had the privilege of starting up this organization, having gathered all of these various experiences. Started up Crosstie Solutions in 2013. It wasn't an easy journey in the first 3-4 years. We struggled as a business. We really struggled. But like I said earlier, excellence was a watchword for me. I just knew that one engagement delivered excellently is definitely going to open doors for the next one, and that has been the growth phase of the organization for me. I'm happily married. I'm married to an auditor, 2 amazing boys, two amazing distinctive boys. Right? Has been a journey for me as well too. Started up Crosstie Solutions, have an amazing set of talents around me, which we call ourselves a community here, right? Amazing people around me here who are constantly supporting the business. Very committed set of people towards the business growth, and that has been for me the rewarding part of running a business, is that you have people around you who are willing to support, give it all to you, and I'm very proud about what we have also achieved as an organization, and there's more to come for us as well too, because we're just starting as a business. Thank you very much.
We're just starting. Okay, Mr. Adegun, before you leave, she has already signed you. But so before you leave, leave a word for Nigerians, Crosstie. Nigeria.
Exactly.
Leave a word for us.
Nigeria. As we always say those days, a land filled with opportunities and honey. And trust me, the opportunities still exist. The leaders that we have needs to get it right. Needs to become more accountable, responsible, transparent in communication, in the delivery, in the execution of their intentions. But at the same time, we are resilient people, we're strong people. Some of us still strongly believe in this country, especially for my own work in terms of capacity building and the people that I meet on a daily basis. I meet amazing people, amazing talents by the work that I do. You hear certain ideas, you're like, wow, you're in Nigeria. So trust me, we've gotten the resource, we've gotten the talent, we've gotten the capacity. We just need an environment where we can thrive. And that is exactly our appeal to government, to give us that thriving environment where we can thrive. So trust me, Nigeria is going to be great. Some of us strongly believe it, not because we say it, but because I see it, I feel it. I work with people that, yes, I know their intentions, their goals, their plans, their strategy, their ideas, what they are creating, and I can't just wait for them to unleash all of these potentials for the greater growth of this nation as a whole.
Thank you, Mr. Adegun. He has delivered. Mr. Adegun has delivered. So I want to thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for this. We really appreciate your comment.